If you've ever started a mold detox journey and you got on binders, you're doing all these things, and then you retested just to find out that all of your mycotoxin levels shot way up than what you originally tested for, and you're freaking out thinking something bad is happening, it must not be getting better. What do you do? Then this video is for you. I'm going to explain to you why your mycotoxin markers may have gone way up when you started a detox protocol. I'm going to share with you multiple mycotoxin test results that I actually did when I was going through my own mold toxicity healing protocol, so you can see what healing actually looks like versus what you see on social media. And I'm going to talk to you a little about what you should do so you don't freak out. So stick around all the way to the end so I can show you my actual video of the results so you can navigate them with your own detox protocol. If you are new here, I am Ashley Drummond. I'm a board certified integrative health practitioner. I specialize in helping people get to the root cause of what is driving their ongoing mysterious health issues. I also specialize in helping people struggling with mold toxicity after going through my own experience with mold toxicity as well. If you would like to work with me, schedule a one-on-one root cause consultation where we will go over your personalized nutrition, personalized targeted supplements and nutrient protocols instead of taking a bunch of random protocols, what kind of testing you might need, and helping you identify the root cause and coming up with a healing plan to move forward. The link to do so is in the description of this video. Now, one of the things that happens a lot when my clients start a mold detox protocol, and it's always based on them personally, is they usually do the mycotoxin test, which if you suspect you have mold, but you're not 100% sure, I always tell people start with the urine mycotoxin test, because until you have that, you don't really know what you're dealing with. And we need to know the specific toxins so that we know what exactly you need in your protocol. So you take this test, and then a lot of times people are like, here's all my markers. I've got citrulline, zearalenone, gliotoxin, aflatoxins, penicillin, all kind of things. And then they start a protocol, and then 4 to 6 months in, we retest, and they see 3 to 5 times the amount of toxins that were in their system originally. That is very normal. So if that happens to you, this is actually a good thing. So why is this a good thing? Well, a lot of the stuff that is causing all of your symptoms, the brain fog, the vertigo, the heart issues, the achiness, the pain in your calves, the chronic bloating, the gut problems, the low energy, is because mycotoxins are total body disruptors. It doesn't just affect one system, it affects all of the systems. So all these symptoms that you're experiencing is because these different toxins impact the brain, the gut, the kidneys, the liver, the endocrine system, everything. Now, when we start detoxing and pulling things out, most of my clients start feeling better within the first 1 to 3 months. You start feeling better, but then when we retest, you see your markers go way up. The reason being is because now, instead of those toxins all sitting around in your system, your bloodstream, breaking down your cells, we're actually getting out. And sometimes it's shocking how much you had in your system that your body was not effectively able to excrete. Now, there's a lot of different reasons why you weren't able to excrete it. Some of it can be genetic predisposition. If you have certain genetic variants like the HLA, COMT, all these things can make it harder for you to excrete these toxins. Other things too, if you have poor gut health, nervous system dysregulation, if your overall toxic burden on the body is really heavy, then it's going to make it really hard for your liver, your kidneys, and your gut to release all this. So the things that would give you a high toxic burden is if you are not eating clean nutrition. So if you're eating a lot of processed foods, sugar, lots of alcohol, that all of that is toxic. Your body has to metabolize that and get rid of that. But then if you're also using a lot of toxic personal care products, if you're breathing in environmental toxins all the time, all these things your body has to eliminate for you. So if it's working on that, it's really hard for it to also eliminate the toxins from the mold as well. So that's one of the things. So for right now, let me show you what my very first mold toxicity test results look like so you can have a good example of what I'm referring to. So this was my very first ever toxicity results. So if you saw my other video where I went through my whole journey of how I was struggling with all these chronic mysterious symptoms, went from doctor to doctor, specialist to specialist, nobody could figure out what was going on. And then finally I ordered my own mycotoxin test because I just had a feeling. This is what came back. I had high levels of ochratoxin A, not obviously this is an abnormal range, but I wouldn't say it was like off the charts range. But ochratoxin A is probably one of the most common ones that I see. The other common ones I see are gliotoxin, and then I see a lot of citrinin, zearalenone, that's the one that's endocrine disruptors. So I see on mine, so citrinin here, you can see I'm like right there on the border of having a moderately high level. But the main ones on this initial test result that comes up is the ochratoxin A. When I saw my test results, I actually felt incredibly relieved. The reason I felt incredibly relieved is because I finally had an answer that nobody else had given me of why I had all these issues that were making me feel crazy. So I got this result. I had gone through extensive training in integrative health, integrative nutrition, all about detox pathways, supplements, binders, things like that. And I started my own healing protocol. After about a year of doing this, I definitely started feeling significantly better sooner. So because I was feeling better a lot sooner, I was like, maybe I should retest. I'll go ahead and retest because like I've been on binders for a long time. Like it's probably all out for sure. Now, I was still having a couple things that I would call flare-ups that would happen from time to time, but for the most part, like my energy was back. I wasn't having a lot of those episodes. So I decided to retest about a year later. And here's where I think a lot of what's out there on social media is misinterpreted, but also misguiding, because I tell every person I work with this. Most people dealing with mold toxicity, especially if you've had health issues going on for a long time, your healing is probably going to take 1 to 2 years. It is a lot. It is not a quick fix. I've had people come to me that they're like, I want to be back on my feet in 6 to 8 weeks. I'm like, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. And the best way I can equate this to is it's kind of like if somebody came to you to start a fitness program and they haven't been working out and they're like, I want 6-pack abs in 6 weeks. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. That's how mold toxicity and healing from it works. Is it takes time because it's a very complex whole body system between healing the gut, fixing the nervous system, cleaning up your nutrition, getting you on the right binders and antimicrobials, but then restoring all of the systems and getting on the right nutrients. So it is a very systematic process that there's no way it can get done fast. So anyways, so I went through my own protocol, and after about a year, I was like, I should probably retest because I'm feeling a lot better. So this is what my test looked like after a year. I am off the charts in my mycotoxins, but also my numbers are significantly higher. I did not have gliotoxin on my original one, and now I have 391 points. Citrinin, if you recall, was around like 25. Now it's at 127. Ochratoxin was at like 14. Now it's at 56. I had a slight, like, not depression, but just like defeated moment when I saw this prior to learning everything that I know now. Cause I was like, what? I've been on this for almost a year. How is this even possible? And then when I started going back to my training and what I understood, I was like, actually, this is a very good sign. It makes perfect sense because that all of this stuff is what was stuck inside my body causing all of those symptoms. So when you see your numbers jump like that, and you'll probably even see some new ones jump, that's what I tell my clients, like, hey, we'll retest after 6 months. Don't freak out though if your numbers are higher. And if you've seen new ones that weren't on the original one, because that's actually a good sign that now we're getting it out and we're actually excreting these things. That's the biggest thing. So if you're, whether you're working with me or you're working with somebody else, when you start a mold detox protocol, it takes a long time. But also don't assume just because your symptoms have started going away that it's all out. Because when we get to this point, when I'm working with somebody and we see the high levels, we want to keep you on those binders longer to continually pull it out. But also, this is later where we get into antimicrobials and antifungals, because then you have to actively start looking at killing off any of the fungal infection or fungal overgrowth that has been left over, which In my practice, I do this both nasal and oral in a very systematic approach so that we don't overwhelm the body and then you have all these histamine flare-ups. So this is what it looked like the second time I tested for this. And then the third time I tested, this was probably about 6 months after. You can see all those other ones, the citrinin, the gliotoxin got cleared out. Ochratoxin is a stubborn one. It's also hard because ochratoxin is the one that's in a lot of our foods. So it's in a lot of like your grains, your flours, oatmeal, dried fruits, all kinds of stuff. But when I tested again, I was very happy to see that, okay, we got gliotoxin out, we got citrinin out, ochratoxin is almost totally gone, that this made me feel so much better. So I share all this because a lot of people start mycotoxin detoxes. You can see the rest of this, like the rest of my numbers are clear. Everything looks good. There's the gliotoxin. It's not even detectable. Citrinin is not even detectable. But a lot of people start mycotoxin healing protocols. A lot of people are doing it DIY, which I do not recommend because you're going to end up doing too much too soon. And then you're starting it, you're stopping it, you're taking NAC, you're stopping NAC, you're taking oregano oil, you're stopping oregano oil, you're trying activated charcoal, then maybe you try clay, then maybe you try some sort of cleanse, then you're doing acupuncture, peptides. You're all over the place, but you're not actually making progress. When you go through a systematic approach, first of all, you need to prep and stabilize the immune system. You don't just start taking binders and antimicrobials, because what'll happen if you do that prior to prepping and stabilizing the gut, the immune system, and the nervous system is you are going to stress an already stressed body and system. And it is going to make things a lot harder and a lot worse, because if you have a heavy toxic load and then you just throw on more toxins, you're not going to start feeling any better. I talk about this a lot in my book, The Mold Detox Blueprint, of exactly what steps to go through to make sure that you do not have hardly any detox symptoms, that you prep the body so that by the time you get to binders and antifungals and antimicrobials, you shouldn't really feel a whole lot of anything. And that's something that comes up a lot. Is a lot of my clients, we start them on binders and antimicrobials, and they're like, I don't really feel anything. Am I doing it wrong? And I'm like, no, that's actually a good sign. It means that everything has been stabilized enough that when we started you on this, you're able to efficiently excrete these toxins without having a bunch of flare-ups. If you are highly reactive, you start a binder, you start detoxing, and you're still having a lot of symptoms and flare-ups, that's your body letting you know, like, hey, I can't keep up. You are trying to detox and get rid of too much too fast, and I'm overwhelmed. So now all those toxins that should be coming through your urine and your bowels are now like getting stuck in your sinuses and causing the brain fog and the vertigo and the overstimulation, or it's causing a lot of histamine reactions, either skin reactions or that like shortness of breath or the blood pressure swing. So it's important that you be very patient and you go through the right steps in your healing protocol. But this whole video is about, a lot of people are starting these things and they're freaking out and figuring out like, why all of a sudden have my numbers tripled and there's new stuff, like it must not be working. Don't freak out. This is actually a very good sign that your body is finally excreting these things. You want to stay on what you're doing and then introduce, when you're ready and with practitioner guidance, the right nutrients, the right antimicrobials to take care of any fungal overgrowth. Again, making sure it's nasal and oral. And then you'll see, like I showed in my results, those numbers start coming down. So if you want my help with all this, like I said in the description of this video, I have links where you can book a one-on-one root cause consultation, where we can go through all this, figure out what testing you need, what nutrients, what nutrition. If you have specific questions about mold toxicity, leave them in the comments below. I personally respond to every single one of them. Make sure you subscribe, as I'm always coming out with more videos like this to help educate and empowering you on how to get your strength, energy, and health back. I'll see you in some of the other videos.